a change in leadership to quell the revolt? Will Congress be able to save its government in Himachal Pradesh? That is the big question we take to our guests, but in just a bit. With that, let's also take a quick look at how the drama has been unfolding in Himachal Pradesh since yesterday. Well, it all began with 6 Congress rebel MLAs cross-voting for the BJP in Rajya Sabha elections yesterday. The Congress party immediately sought the disqualification of those 6 rebel MLAs. Having said that, even as the rebellion continues to brew within the Congress party in Himachal, several MLAs have been reaching out to the Congress High Command demanding a change of their chief ministerial face. And amid this turmoil, the Congress High Command has sent DK Shiv Kumar, even BS Hooda to Himachal Pradesh as observers to also protect their flock. Earlier this morning, Himachal Pradesh Minister and former Chief Minister Veerbhadra Singh's son Vikramaditya Singh resigned from the Council of Ministers. The Chief Minister has in fact refused to accept the resignation, and with several MLAs rebelling, the top leadership is also mulling a possibility of changing the Chief Minister's face. Meanwhile, let's also talk about the Speaker. He's gone ahead to suspend 15 BJP MLAs, including the leader of opposition in Himachal, and that is Mr. Jairam Thakur from the Assembly, for the charge of creating ruckus and misconduct inside the Assembly. The Congress leaders have also hinted at taking extreme steps in keeping the government safe within the state. The Chief Minister was quick to hit back at the BJP, claiming that the latter was only spreading rumours of his own resignation and that the Congress was a united front as far as Himachal Pradesh is concerned. Now, with the current chaos that the state government is grappling with, let's also look at the possible scenarios. Well, let me bring you the first possible scenario. If 6 Congress rebel MLAs are disqualified, the House strength will be reduced to 62 from 68. And remember, the hearing of these 6 rebel MLAs is also currently underway. The Congress will win the trust vote with 34 MLAs if this happens, and the majority mark will be 32. BJP will have 28 MLAs. Let's also look at the second possible scenario. If the 13 disgruntled Congress MLAs resign, the result will be that Congress government will fall if the BJP brings in a trust vote. House strength will be reduced to 55 from 68, and the majority mark, the new majority mark in that situation will be 28. The Congress will be left with 27 MLAs. The BJP will continue to have 28 MLAs. That also includes the independents. Now, I also have a look at the third scenario. The rebel numbers go up, which is almost a likely scenario now, as the BJP has confirmed that more and more Congress MLAs are currently in touch with them. Congress will have no choice but to address concerns. Congress will be left with no other option apart from changing the chief ministerial face, and that will no longer be Sukhvinder Singh Sukhu. Congress will try to save its government with a new chief minister in the state, only to protect its own party in the state. As the Congress government is facing a big crisis in Himachal, its top leadership is mulling several options, and top Congress sources have also confirmed to CNN News 18 that one option before the top leadership is to go for 2 deputy chief ministers in the state. Another option the top Congress leadership is looking at is to go in for a cabinet reshuffle. The third option, and almost the last resort for the top leadership, will be to make a possible change of its chief ministerial face, and that of course is going to mean that you change the chief minister, and that will no longer be Sukhvinder Singh Sukhu. And so, can Congress save its government in Himachal Pradesh? That is the big question we will be probing today. In an exclusive to CNN News 18, Himachal Pradesh's Rajya Sabha elect Harsh Mahajan has disclosed that at least 10 Congress MLAs want to join the Bharatiya Janata Party. Certainly doesn't mean good news for the Congress. Let's listen in to this big exclusive of CNN News 18.
ना तो मैंने इससे किसी ने इस्तीफा मांगा, ना ही मैंने कोई पेशकश की। There are some issues which needed to be addressed. I have spoken to the Honorable Chief Minister also about it.
रिपोर्ट पेश करेंगे जल्द से जल्द कांग्रेस अध्यक्ष को कुछ कठोर निर्णय लेने होंगे।
15 विधानसभा के सदस्य हैं जिसमें जो जिनके नाम पड़े गए उनको सस्पेंड करने के लिए प्रस्ताव पारित करने के लिए वहां पर कहा गया।
Any government should have a strong opposition. It is not right and the democratic values with such type of horse trading. Someday it may boomerang.
Harsh Mahajan, who is the BJP Rajya Sabha MP elect and is joining us live on CNN News 18. Many thanks to you, Mr. Mahajan, for giving us your precious time. Let's begin by talking about the chaos that we are seeing ensue. Right, Mr. Mahajan, we are learning that your party is all set to march to the court precisely because of how the speaker behaved earlier during the day. Could I know your thoughts, please?
Yeah, madam, this has become a routine job of speakers in many states where they enjoy extreme power to suspend anybody, disqualify anybody, and this is a delay tactics. After all, the end result would be the same, but they can only we can only call it a delay tactics. But in fact, we have to somehow look in the constitution also these provisions which are contrary to democratic norms shouldn't be there. It's not the time for this now. This rule has to be done away with.
Mr. Mahajan, the Honourable Speaker, Mr. Patania, has gone on record to accuse your party and those expelled 15 BJP MLAs that they were resorting to bad behaviour and that they very poorly conducted themselves in the Himachal Pradesh Assembly. How do you react to those allegations?
Have they shown anything on TV yet? Have they shown any cassette on the TV yet? Nothing was done in the House. Nothing was done in the House. It's just a fabricated case. Nothing of the sort happened, and this is only a delay tactics. कि भी speaker के हाथ में है ये कर दो, तो he can only suspend or disqualify so that their budget could pass, so that they could gain time. Now the observers of the Congress party have reached Shimla. They want to probably change the chief minister,
right,
or why they've come. But yeah.
Mr. Mahajan, that's why I want to ask you, is this the Congress party outmaneuvering its own party? Because we've also seen Priyanka Gandhi Vadra take to Twitter or X and accuse your party of manufacturing this crisis only to topple the government in Himachal Pradesh. How do you react to, say, the Congress High Command blaming the Bharatiya Janata Party for this?
Madam, they blame us for their own sins. You know, this is a kind of sometimes they call it Operation Lotus, sometimes they call it something else. So this is the disgruntlement of the Congress everywhere. That is what has happened in Himachal also. Every congressman or every Congress MLAs are kind of disgruntled with their own chief minister. They are the dysfunctioning of the Congress party in the discontentment is so great that they are ready to do everything. So this is the outcome of that only. In fact, I have been in the Congress for a long time before I switched over to the Bharatiya Janata Party about 3 years back. And
please go ahead and finish what you were saying, Mr. Mahajan, before I take my next question.
Yeah, so this dismantling of the Congress is taking place everywhere throughout India. This is because the leadership and the thinking and the sycophancy and the aristocracy of Congress, as if they are living in the fool's paradise all the time. They are still behaving in such a way, and this five-star culture of Congress is really really deplorable.
Mr. Mahajan, those defending the Congress party at the moment, especially the High Command, have said that here's the Congress party trying to break away from the image of being a dynastic, of dynasty politics, someone that doesn't want to sort of prioritize legacy and give those who've worked from the grassroots levels somebody like a Sukhvinder Singh Sukhu, who is now being pitted against the family of Mr. Veerbhadra Singh, because we've heard what his son also had to say. All those rebel MLAs that have been in touch with your party, something that was very evident by the cross voting that took place when you were elected as the Rajya Sabha MP. I want to know from you, what is the sense that you're getting from these rebel MLAs who want to join the Bharatiya Janata Party in terms of the discontent that's brewing within the Congress of Himachal Pradesh?
You see, this is a pattern in which the Congress operates. There is so much groupism in the Congress, there is so much discontentment in the Congress, and they are caught in their own web all the time. And then the leaders are put from the center, they will make anybody they like, and it's not a democratic party at all. And now the whims and fancies of Rahul Gandhi or Priyanka ji, that's all it is.
Mr. Mahajan, my last question to you. My last question to you is about the numbers. The Congress is very confident that even if you take away those 6 rebel MLAs, they still have the majority mark. Could you give us a sense of what are, in terms of numbers, the kind of Congress MLAs, how many numbers are we looking at, the ones who want to jump and come and join the BJP?
Now, those who fence-sitters in the Congress have already approached us that we want to join the Bharatiya Janata Party. And, there is groupism there. So, a lot of MLAs, at least 10 MLAs, who have approached us to join the Bharatiya Janata Party, we will be comfortable. This Congress government is going to fall anytime, any day. This is the beginning of the end of the Congress in Himachal.
All right, we'll have to wait and watch in terms of how true that statement is. But many thanks to you, Mr. Mahajan, for joining in on CNN News 18. You heard what the BJP Rajya Sabha elect Mr. Mahajan had to say, and that's the big question we will be exploring today. Can the Congress save its government in Himachal Pradesh? Let me also introduce our esteemed panelists today. I'm joined in by Mr. R.P. Singh, who's the national spokesperson of the BJP. I'm also joined in by Adil Singh Boparai, who's the national spokesperson for the Congress Party. Amitabh Tiwari, who's the election strategist. Also joined in by Sumit Chander, who's a senior lawyer and constitutional expert. Many thanks to you, gentlemen, for joining in. Amitabh, if I could begin with you, many in defense of Congress party are saying that it does seem like advantage Congress, considering the numbers are still with them even if those rebel MLAs get disqualified. I'd like to know your thoughts.
See, essentially, in this situation, the governor and the speaker have a very important role to play. And the speaker is of the Congress party, and he has suspended some 15 MLAs of the BJP as per the news reports. So even if the Congress MLAs are disqualified, as you showed, Congress still has the majority because the number is still 6. So unless this number of, let's say, rebels or disgruntled MLAs in the Congress party increase from this level, I mean, it goes beyond 6, it looks like the government is in safe hands. However, Vikramaditya's resignation today and his press conference does show that there is a bit of discontent in the local leadership. The central observers have reached, and there could even be a change of guard or leadership in Himachal to save the Congress government. So I think all the options are still available with both the parties, and it all depends upon how the Congress party is able to contain this or control this damage from here.
Right, damage control is the top focus for the Congress party. Having said that, Sumit, if I could bring you in on this bit. We've heard Jairam Thakur accuse the Congress party of evading a division of votes, saying that they lack the majority at the moment. Having said that, with 15 BJP MLAs already suspended, how important and crucial now is it for the Bharatiya Janata Party to move towards the court? Something that was also highlighted by Amitabh in terms of the role of the governor and the speaker particularly.
See, of course, the role of the governor is very clear so far in these situations are concerned. And Article 175(2) of the Indian Constitution empowers the governor to conduct the floor test. But at the same time, the governor is to conduct the floor test whenever there is a request for a no confidence motion is made. Then in such a case, governor is obligated to call for a floor test and to prove the majority on the request of such no confidence motion. This was held by the Supreme Court in the R.S. Bomai case. Now, governor of course will have a very important role to play, but of course the new situation that has arisen that there has been certain suspensions, there is still a majority to be proved. This is a time where either party can now approach the Supreme Court, and Supreme Court, looking into the circumstances, can decide as to whether the right to vote should remain with the persons who were suspended, whether those MLAs were suspended rightly within the permissible laws. That is to be seen and decided by the Supreme Court now.
Absolutely. Adil, I'd like to now come to you. What was seemingly a very easy exercise for your party, well, you faced defeat yesterday. Let's get down to the brass tacks of this. Why would your party lose, especially in a scenario when the numbers were clearly with you? That also goes on to indicate that there is dissatisfaction brewing within the Congress in Himachal.
Akansha, democracy is being demolished in this country. And unfortunately, the institutions are playing the role of cheerleaders in celebrating this demolition. This is the reality.
Adil, are you saying that democracy is being demolished? Then what does it speak of your own party? What does it speak of your own 6 MLAs who've rebelled against your own party?
How do you expect a party with 25 MLAs to defeat a party with 40 MLAs? Let's look at plain arithmetic. The only way a party with 25 MLAs can defeat a party with 40 MLAs is if there is cross-voting. And when is there cross-voting? There is cross-voting when there is coercion, there is cross-voting when there is inducement, and there is cross-voting when the BJP's dirty tricks department comes into play. And this has been noticed in state after state. I can give you more than a dozen examples over the past 9 years. This is not the first time that this has happened. So therefore, let's not be naive to think that this is happening all on its own, or it's a pretty coincidence. These machinations have been organized by the highest echelons of the Bharatiya Janata Party. Point number 1. Point number 2, let me assure the people of this country that the Congress government will complete its term. And to the BJP, the people of Himachal Pradesh, the constituents of Himachal Pradesh, the voters of Himachal Pradesh, in December 2022 have given a resounding to the Congress party. Please don't forget this. The voters are supreme. The voters have given a mandate. Today, it is the BJP which is stealing that mandate.
All right.
So therefore,
on that note,
is the BJP's misconduct.
All right. So I'm going to bring in Mr. R.P. Singh to come up with a rebuttal to that. Mr. Singh, you heard what Adil is saying. He's made some very valid points that I also personally agree with. But having said that, do you think that these are machinations of the BJP alone? And that's also a charge that's come in from Priyanka Gandhi Vadra earlier during the day. She's accused your party of indulging in horse trading. Having said that, what do you also make of the discontent within the Congress party now that we have these rebel MLAs coming over to your fold?
Akansha, first let's understand what was the difference of the vote percentage during the last election. It was 0.5% was the difference of vote percentage. So, I mean, they just something about that they got a very big mandate. That's why I thought I'll clear this also. But coming to the point, remember Rajasthan, they merged BSP with the Congress. 6 BSP MLAs were merged with Congress. No one raised a question. No one raised a voice. Congress never raised a voice that time. Why that? Why BSP, all BSP MLAs are joining Congress party? In this election only, Karnataka, 2 of our MLAs, one of them voted for them, one of them skipped voting. I mean, they never said anything on that also. So it is as per the suitability as it suits. And let me give you one more data. In between 1951 and 1967, 542 MLAs crossed over to Congress party. This is on record. And between February 1967 to March 1968, more than 438 MLAs crisscrossed various parties. So this has been happening from long. I mean, how can you forget
Adil,
Mr.
how do you respond to this selective? Right, okay, Mr. Singh, I want to know
give
from
me a
Adil.
second, give me a second, another second. Can I, Akansha, have another second?
Sure.
Another second, please. So also, who started this Ayaram Gayaram culture? Who started that Ayaram Gayaram culture? How can we forget that? And also, I mean, recently TMC took away their one MLA from Bengal. Only one who was elected in by-election. He joined TMC. They never made any hue and cry, and they keep repeating the same, that this is Operation Lotus and all. But how can we forget the press conference of Mr. Vikramaditya, who said his father was the chief minister for 6th time and he couldn't get 6 yards of place for placing a statue of Veerbhadra Singh ji. He was in tears by saying that. So if you push people to vote, people will react.
All right.
And in Congress has been pushing their MLAs and their leaders to the wall.
Adil, would you agree that your party has been pushing your MLAs to the wall? Because someone like, say, Navjot Singh Sidhu has gone on record to say the Himachal crisis is only a reminder for your party to introspect and see who are the liabilities and assets to the grand old party. Do you think that you are now harboring those liabilities and depending on them to bring you a majority?
Akansha, I'm so grateful to R.P. Singh ji that he didn't go back to the 14th century or the 15th century to prove a point here. The fact of the matter today is that the Congress, in a state of 68 constituencies, 140 seats in 2022, we have a mandate in our favor. The BJP is not just cheating the Congress party, the BJP is cheating the voters of Himachal Pradesh. Please understand this. This is the same chief minister and the same government which worked morning to evening during the national calamity, during the floods in Himachal Pradesh. The BJP didn't come to the state's rescue as a central government. But having said this, it is happening with frequency in state after state, in every opposition ruled state.
No, but Adil, how do you also respond to the allegation coming in that the 15 BJP MLAs have been expelled purely as a delaying tactic and that you were scared of losing majority? That's also an allegation that's come in from a Mr.
Akansha, if the MLAs start manhandling marshals, if the MLA create ruckus and violence in the well of the house, if they resort to unparliamentary language, what action will be taken? Then the speaker's taken action in consonance with the constitution. Didn't the vice president expel members of parliament? Did you not? Why did you not put this question to the BJP then? Was that not murder of democracy?
That's a question we will be taking from Mr. Singh also, that their party MLAs have been accused of misconduct and misbehavior. Mr. Singh, that's the question I also posed earlier during the day to Mr. Harsh Mahajan, and he said that prove it if you can. There is no recording that can indicate that our MLAs resorted to any kind of misconduct or misbehavior. Mr. Singh, I'd like to know your response.
Well, I have nothing more to add to what Mr. Mahajan has said. That I have nothing more to add to what Mr. Mahajan has said, that they should show some video or some other proof that yes, the MLAs were misbehaving. I mean, it's just a story which they have built up. But fact is, he's saying past. Let me give you some more details. More than 90 times governments were dismissed by Mrs. Gandhi and Congress party under Section 356 in their regime. 90 times. So they talk about democracy. I mean, and they talk about people changing stances. But fact is that after the press conference of Vikramaditya, there is nothing left. Which he has categorically stated that the leadership has no time for the party MLAs and for the local state leaders.
Right.
So that categorically and clearly shows that there is a problem within the Congress. They are not able to manage their house well, and they keep harping on us. They keep blaming us for whatever happens within their party.
All right, point taken, and that is exactly what I am going to now come to with you, Adil. How do you respond to what Vikramaditya had to say? He's gone on to say that his father and his entire family have been slighted by the Congress party. Now, would you call that also a machination of the Bharatiya Janata Party?
Well, Akansha, I haven't heard what Mr. Vikramaditya Singh has said, but let me on
No, then let me inform you that he in fact was a very emotional, it was a very emotional Vikramaditya Singh who went on record. No, let me share with you, let me share for your information that there was a very emotional Vikramaditya Singh saying that it was because of his father, the late Mr. Veerbhadra Singh, that the Congress party came to power in Himachal Pradesh for 6 times, and that his father's statue was not being allowed to be raised in the mall area of Himachal Pradesh in Shimla. He had various reasons to in fact voice his angst that his parents, his mother was also not given adequate attention, or whatever their views were not incorporated as far as the entire unity of the party there is concerned. That is for your information.
Akansha, I am not part of the Himachal government. I cannot respond to specifics. But let me, on a larger plane, state this on behalf of the Indian National Congress Party, that late Veerbhadra Singh Ji was one of our tallest leaders. He was a statesman par excellence. The Congress Party and the Congress leadership has the highest of regard for him. And let's not forget, it was the same BJP government which raided his premises.
No, but how does that regard translate when you see an emotional son making an appeal that I want the Congress High Command to play ethically, to go by principles? That means they are not happy with the way the Congress party is dealing Himachal.
I cannot comment on the specific point raised by him about erecting a statue. I can't comment on it. I'm not part of it.
Fair enough, but what about the discontent? What about the angst that are being voiced by the son?
Please understand, he is the PWD Minister of the State at a young age of 34.
There must have been something that led him to resign and step down from the Council of Ministers.
No, he's a very, very promising leader. He's a very promising leader, and the Congress party has the highest of regard for his family. But also, let's not lose sight of the fact that he is one of the youngest ministers in the country. And if he has any reservations, I am sure that the Congress party will address them. We are one family. The Congress is one family. If there are any reservations, 2 observers have gone from the AICC. They will furnish a report. All grievances will be addressed, if there are any. But that doesn't take away the fact that the BJP is trying to demolish democracy in Himachal Pradesh. They did that in Arunachal. They did that in Bihar. They did that in Maharashtra. They did that in Karnataka. They are attempting this in Jharkhand. They are doing it in Jammu and Kashmir. It is state after state.
Unfortunately, Adil, that seems like a half-baked argument right now. It seems like a half-baked argument right now, because you have people from your own party coming out and voicing dissent. Having said that, I want to take my question from Mr. R.P. Singh. Mr. Singh, you know, the BJP has been very quick in accusing the Congress party of playing dynasty politics. Well, we've had someone over here, someone like Sukhvinder Singh Sukhu, who's risen from the ranks. He, as we all know, has been the son of a bus driver. And now we see him being pitted against legacy. How would the BJP now react? Because we do see a Priyanka Gandhi Vadra go on to Twitter, back Mr. Sukhu with all the support she could, with all the might. And till date, we're seeing that, you know, it seems like they want to stick to Mr. Sukhu as a chief ministerial face. But now, how do you view Congress party trying to move away from that accusation of being fond of legacy?
Well, we have nothing to do with the internal politics of the or internal dynamics of the Congress party. I mean, they have to manage their house well. It's not us. The 6 MLAs which has left Congress and has left Himachal also, they are there in Panchkula. They are not from the family of Dynasty. It's a dynasty which is holding Congress responsible within the party. So they need to answer questions to those MLAs also who has voted against the party order, and also they need to answer Mr. Vikramaditya also. I mean, it's up to them to manage their house, not us. When leaders like Sushmita Dev leaves and joins TMC, how can we be held responsible? Or Priyanka Chaturvedi leaves and joins Shiv Sena, or Mr. Chaku joins NCP, or there's a leader who recently joined NCP in Mumbai also. So how can we be answerable for all their leaders who joins us
Adil,
or
I
other
want to know
parties?
your views on this, because you know, many experts have gone on to say that Congress has now fallen prey to legacy politics, to dynasty politics, and something we've already seen happen in Himachal, because everyone knows the clout and the kind of command that the late Honorable Veerbhadra Singh had. Also something that's also being carried forward by Vikramaditya.
What is Anurag Thakur? Is that not an example of dynasty politics? What is Jyotiraditya Scindia? Is that not an example of dynasty politics? What is the example as far as late Mr. Gopinath Munde's family is concerned? I can give you numerous examples. Mr. Yedurappa's dynasty. What about Mr. RPN Singh, who's now become a member of parliament from the BJP? I can go on and on with these lists. What about Mr. Vasundhara Raje Scindia's dynasty? What about Mr. Amit Shah's dynasty? What special credentials does Mr. Jai Shah have to become secretary of the BCCI, if not dynasty? RP Singh ji, please throw some light on this. Is that not an example of dynasty? Is that not because he is the son of the Home Minister of this country? Or does he have special cricketing skills?
Mr. Singh, how would you like to respond to that? I'm running short of time. Let me quickly take closing thoughts from Amitabh also. But Mr. Singh, if you would like to respond to that and then move over to Amitabh.
Well, dynasty means when we know that Jagat Prakash Nadda ji's son will be the next president of the party, or his son will be the next president after him of the party. I mean, in Congress, it's only the Congress family which rules the party, and it is one which decide on the fate of the party members. And then that's why Priyanka Vatra is there showing that he is running the dynasty. She is the one who is managing the dynasty, and she is the one who is answering on behalf of the dynasty. So whether she is supporting Sukhu or whether she is supporting Vikramaditya is up to them to decide whatever suits them. But yes, in our party, no one knows who will be the next party president. So this is the difference between the dynasty. Yes, there are people who are capable and who has caliber within the party, and who can be son of a child of a individual. But if he is capable and caliber, if he is a caliber, he will make his place.
All right.
Unlike Mr. Rahul Gandhi, who has been relaunched again and again.
Adil, would you like to respond to that, considering we already have seen how this is now steering? Do you think that the chief ministerial face will be changed if that is what the majority of the Congress MLAs demand?
Akansha, the BJP is organizing Operation Lotus in Himachal Pradesh at a time when there is complete denigration of the constitution in Manipur. You have armed miscreants attacking an ASP officer's house.
Adil,
there is complete breakdown. They don't want to talk about the issues at hand. On the contrary, they are deflecting people's attention.
No, but we are also deflecting, because right now we are talking about Himachal and how your party
was the last
needs to
time
save.
Manipur was discussed?
It was. I don't want to get down into water boundary right now. Amitabh Tiwari, I give you 15 seconds. Please let me know, how will the equation be impacted now with the 15 MLAs from the Bharatiya Janata Party being suspended? Is this going to impact the BJP, and how?
No, essentially BJP can approach the court, but I don't think the court is going to interfere in the suspensions, because then it is getting too much into the discretionary power of the speaker. However, the MLA's disqualification might reach the courts, and there is no whip for voting in Rajya Sabha. So the MLAs cannot be disqualified just on the pretext that they have cross-voted. So that is also an angle which will come into the play.
All right.
Now the Congress party the ball is in their court. They have to manage the discontent, and if they are able to, the government is likely to survive.
All right, Sumit, do you agree with what Amitabh just said? Of course, it seems like the Congress party still has hope and there is silver lining left, but what happens to the BJP now with their expelled MLAs?
See, very sure one thing is there, that one of the parties either ways will go to the Supreme Court. Supreme Court, whether it interferes, of course, it cannot get too much into the depth of it. But of course, depending as to what case is made out, Supreme Court will interfere to a certain extent, and then this issue will get resolved.
All right, many thanks to you, gentlemen, for joining in on this discussion. And with that, we slip into a quick break. We'll be back with more news and updates. Stay tuned to Plain Speak.
अरे भाई जल्दी करो.
Are raising questions on Chief Minister in front of him.
Arun, please go ahead. We can hear you just fine.
Yes. So when MLAs, your party's MLAs are raising questions on Chief Minister in the presence of Chief Minister, I think it creates a huge challenge for the party to actually rectify everything what has happened so far. And I think that was the reason why they immediately shifted the likes of Rajiv Shukla, who's the in charge of Congress party in Himachal Pradesh, Bhupesh Baghel, who has been in fact their go-to man in every election wherever Congress party contests. They send him there, and now we are seeing that all other Hooda and DK Shiv Kumar are coming. So they are trying to put all the efforts. On the other hand, of course, Sukhvinder Singh Sukhu is also showing a brave face. Now he has realized that it is not about Rajya Sabha election. Rajya Sabha election is done and dusted, and they have lost the battle. Now it is about to protect the government, save the government in Himachal Pradesh. Till yesterday we were talking about Rajya Sabha seat, that how 6 Congress MLAs cross-voted, how when Congress party have 40 MLAs and 3 independent were with them, could end up at the losing side. But today it is all about saving the government, and Congress party will have to put every effort to placate those MLAs. Rajendra Rana, and also Sudhir Sharma. These are the people who in fact
all right.
Those 7 other MLAs.
Arun, please stay with us on the broadcast. There's the latest bit of news which is coming in. Well, yes, Sukhvinder Singh Sukhu continues to insist he's not going anywhere. He continues to be the Chief Minister. But we get you some more information. There are certain front-runners for the Chief Minister post if Mr. Sukhu quits. Mukesh Agnihotri, he's the Deputy Chief Minister. Vikramaditya Singh, Rajendra Rana. All of these are the names that are doing rounds right now. I'll try and cut across to my colleague Pallavi, who's with us on the broadcast. Pallavi, speculations are rife, and rightly so. This is a time when it looks very difficult for Mr. Sukhu. He continues to maintain that he will remain the Chief Minister. The government is stable, but I'm sure there's a lot of internal competition, to say the very least, within the Grand Old Party.
Well, I think it's still very early days yet, because I think those 2 observers who've been dispatched by the central leadership will first speak to each and every MLAs. And if you listen to what Mr. Sukhvinder Singh Sukhu had to say when he addressed the media a short while back, he remains defiant. In an ideal situation, no one would want to change the CM, because essentially it means you're then buckling under pressure. He was also chosen as the Chief Minister because it was felt that he had the support of a maximum number of MLAs. But the names which keep coming up is of Rajendra Rana, again one of those MLAs who did cross-voting. Then you also have Vikramaditya Singh, but he does not have that kind of an administrative experience. And just merely the name is not going to be enough. And also the names of Mukesh Agnihotri, but he also belongs to the Brahmin lobby. Rajputs hold a large amount of population as far as Himachal goes. So those are the factors which have to be kept in mind. But as of now, no one is talking about successors, Anusha. No one is even talking of replacing Mr. Sukhu. Only thing is that Sukhu has made it very clear that I'm going to fight down. But if that is what the central leadership thinks, that me going away is going to save the government, then so be it. But there are no takers for this kind of an argument. As I said repeatedly, Anusha, you buckle under pressure from the MLAs. There's no guarantee it's not going to happen to you again. At this point of time, it is very important to keep the BJP away. That's what the Congress is trying. That's also the reason why they did not want that vote on budget to take place, because they are a little apprehensive that can there be another cross vote. If you cannot pass the budget, your government is deemed to be ineffective and having lost that majority. So these are...
Welcome back. Now, there's been a massive political showdown in Karnataka, this over pro-park sloganeering. The BJP today has filed a complaint at the Vidhan Sauda police station alleging that supporters of Rajya Sabha member Said Nasir Hussain raised pro-Pakistan slogans following his victory declaration in the Rajya Sabha elections. Now, according to the BJP's complaint, after the returning officer announced Hussein's victory, some of his supporters gathered at the Vidhan Sauda allegedly shouting Pakistan Zindabad slogans in celebration. But the Congress MP has dismissed such allegations and said only Hussain Zindabad slogans were raised. The Congress government said that an FIR had also been registered in the case and that it was waiting for the FSL report. The BJP workers are on a warpath against the Congress government from Gadag to Mangaluru, claiming that Congress has directly supported Pakistan. On that note, let's also take you through a war of words that's already transpiring between the BJP and the Congress over pro-Pak slogans being raised at the Karnataka Vidhan Sabha. First of all, the BJP has alleged pro-Pak slogans were raised by Congress workers at the Vidhan Sabha, and the Karnataka Home Minister has countered this allegation, saying that the issue is being looked at very seriously and that an FIR had already been registered in the case. Also, BJP has staged protests against the pro-Pak slogans from Gadag to Mangaluru. Congress government has said that they condemn such slogans if they were raised. BJP has alleged that the Congress MP Nasir Hussain is misleading the people instead of condemning the act of sloganeering by his supporters. Meanwhile, Congress has clarified that the video has been sent for forensic testing. BJP has also maintained that Congress's DNA is anti-India and sought the resignation of Karnataka's Chief Minister over the Pro-Pak Slogan Act. The Chief Minister has said that if anyone is found to have raised pro-Pak slogans, then action will be taken against them. Upping its ante over the slogan video, BJP has also said that Congress is directly supporting Pakistan. Playing down on the issue, Congress said it was not right to politicize. And that is why we come to the question we are posing today to our panelists. Pro-Pak slogan row in Karnataka. Who's trivializing politics?
कांग्रेस का डीएनए भारत विरोधी हो गया है.
ನಾನು ಕೇಳಿದ ಹಾಗೆ ನಾಸಿರ್ ಹುಸೇನ್ ಜಿಂದಾಬಾದ್, ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿ ಜಿಂದಾಬಾದ್, ನಾಸಿರ್ ಖಾನ್ ಜಿಂದಾಬಾದ್, ನಾಸಿರ್ ಸಾಬ್ ಜಿಂದಾಬಾದ್ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದೇನು ಮಾಧ್ಯಮಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ತೋರಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅದು ನಾನು ಕೇಳಲಿಲ್ಲ.
Let the FSL report come out today. It's very clear that there is no pro-Pakistan slogans that is counted. We will definitely, once it is confirmed by the FSL, then we will take a severe action on it.
Mr. Nasir Hussain is the Shishya of Mr. Kharge. Let them clarify, let them condemn it.
And it is true that somebody has made a slogan that Pakistan Jindabad. Such person will be punished seriously.
On that note, let me also introduce my guest today. I'm joined in by Syed Asad Abbas, who's a political analyst, also backs the Congress party. Many thanks to you, Syed Asad Abbas, for joining in. The accusation now is shaping up into a more serious allegation, which is that the Congress party's DNA is anti-India. How do you respond to that?
Well, the person who made such a statement, Gaurav Bhatia, I've debated him several times. I wish he was a part of this debate. I would have answered him accordingly. It's absolutely unfair to call Congress party to be anti-India, the party which really did great work from the times of Jawaharlal Nehru onwards. Now, coming straight to the point, Anusha ji, if you look at this front, I come from the land of Karnataka. I have known Syed Nasir Hussain Saab very well, and I can tell you, I can in fact vouch for it, that it was Nasir Saab Zindabad, Syed Saab Zindabad, Congress Party Zindabad, and it was nothing like it is making out to be. Why so? I will tell you. There was an ANI reporter there as well who tweeted on the same front that Nasir Saab Zindabad, Syed Saab Zindabad, Congress Party Zindabad. It is absolutely unfair to certain vicious elements for them to come out and say...
But Asad, the fact is that you can't go by selective tweeting. Let's also not forget what the Chief Minister, Mr. Siddaramaiah, has gone on to say. He's saying that we will address the matter if the allegations are true, because not only the BJP but also certain sections of the media have highlighted this video. Having said that, why would the Chief Minister acknowledge what the media is also saying?
He has not just acknowledged it. As a matter of fact, Priyank Kharge, who's also minister here in Karnataka, stated that wait for the forensic laboratory.
Why would you send it to the forensic lab Exactly my point, that there has to be some substance. There can't be smoke without fire, which is why the video has been sent for forensic testing.
I will answer that, yes. Anusha ji, as a matter of fact, politics is a world such that...
Asad, this is Akanksha.
Akanksha ji, politics is a world such people create smoke or fire without any element. As a matter of fact, I am eagerly awaiting the forensic laboratory report, जिसमें दूध का दूध और पानी का पानी हो जाएगा. I can vouch for a fact, owing my career as a political analyst, a political commentator speaking on varied subject, knowing Syed Nasir Hussain Saab, knowing many of his supporters, knowing them, why are they being blamed on what front? We people of Karnataka are indeed the beautiful citizens of this motherland India. It is absolutely unfair. And I'll tell you, there is a machinery in the BJP party on the account of 22 times. I have a list right here with me where they've been exposed. Let me just quickly give you 2 to 3 incidents. Ahmednagar police says that the slogans that were raised during Ram Navami celebrations were not Pakistan Zindabad by the Muslims there. Ahmednagar police says this. Not just that. In the Kutch area of Gujarat, when Gram Panchayat polls were held, it was being said Radhu Bhai Zindabad and not Pakistan Zindabad. In Ujjain, it was Hazi Saab Zindabad during a function organized by BJP member Shabnam Ali. Many a times, such fake news factories of certain political
what you call fake
time and
news.
again.
Asad, I've given you ample time to speak. My, question to you, counter question to you will be, how do you respond to a BJP when they are raking up all those moments when you have attacked the country's integrity, especially when it comes to Pakistan, when Sudhir Chaudhary also raises in the parliament the issue of Pakistan occupied Kashmir and that it should in fact be treated as an external matter, and it should not be treated as an internal matter. You question the integrity of the governance in India when it comes to the Pulwama attack, when it comes to paying tribute to the martyrs. How do you respond to the BJP, which says that every time a terror attack happens, you say that the Congress party goes on to say that this has been sponsored by the RSS?
Akanksha ji, first and foremost, we need to understand that all respective parties need to come together when it is the matter of national security and national
I'm
interest.
glad you say that.
Yes, absolutely, and I stand by it. Also, as a matter of fact, we need to understand that we can certainly criticize the Modi government, we can criticize the BJP government, but we can never criticize the Indian forces. We take great pride in that. But the fact of the matter, coming straight to this point, Akanksha ji, this has happened in my beautiful land of Karnataka, and I can tell you, the BJP very, very badly lost the recently held Karnataka Assembly elections. The same reason why they're creating a molehill out of a small mole. When there was nothing, they're creating this. Many a times they've been proven wrong. As a matter of fact, I urge Syed Nasir Hussain Sahab to file a defamatory case against all those local news media channels and the BJP people who've made out a case out of this, where there was no Pakistan Zindabad. I am aware of many people who were part of those celebrations, and there was no such Zindabad of sorts. As a matter of fact, let me tell you, Akanksha ji, I is the Indian true to its blood. Any nation which supports terrorism, I would say Murdabad, Pakistan Murdabad, and never Zindabad. It is only Hindustan that can be Zindabad. The fact of the matter, jab mudda nahi hai, when you can't talk on roads, hospitals, schools, infrastructure.
All right, Asad, you said what you had to. In fact, I'm joined in by Mr. Narendra Rangappa of the BJP, who's a BJP spokesperson from Karnataka, is joining us on the phone line. Mr. Rangappa, if you've heard what Syed Abbas had to say, how do you respond to the kind of defense we are seeing come in from the Congress party? Yes, we know that the Congress has in fact acknowledged that if this has happened, they will look at it seriously, and that they've also sent out the video to the for FSL testing. Having said that, do you still see that Congress is now a party which is made of anti-India DNA?
Definitely, what you have said is very much true, because before the FSL report comes, Mr. Priyank Kharge, Mr. Shivkumar and Mr. Surjewala have already given a clean check to that particular audio. Then why did you send it to FSL then if you think it is a fake one? And you threatened a journalist openly on the air. You asked him to get out of the Vidhan Sabha. In fact, we are asking Mr. Nasir Hussain, if you are proven to be guilty, will you get out of Rajya Sabha?
Mr. Rangappa, the question, the Congress also, I'm sure, is trying to answer is why always call us anti-India because of a one-off incident? Having said that, I want you to shed light.
Madam.
Yes.
This is not one-off incident. This is a result of chain of incidents. What happened in DJ Haldi when the police station was set on fire? What happened to the flag that was flown in Bijapur on a Pakistan flag on a mosque? What happened to the PFI workers when they put up the huge dagger in Kolar main road? What happened to the people who brandished swords in Shumaga? See, when you have not punished those people, they have the courage and audacity to come to Vidhan Sabha, and in Vidhan Sabha, not any gully of any part of Karnataka.
Mr. Rangappa, stay with me. That's why I want to bring in Asad Abbas. How do you respond to that, Said Abbas? Because you've heard what Mr. Rangappa is saying. And when you talk about Karnataka particularly, there's this accusation that your government is pro-minority and anti-Hindus.
How is it pro-minority? I'd like to ask the gentleman from the BJP. As a matter of fact, if you see all the 5 guarantee and schemes that has come from the Congress party, everybody is equivalent there. Anybody, any Mahila of Karnataka is traveling free in the buses. Not just that, Yuva Nidhi scheme applies to all religion, all castes, irrespective of the gender, caste, color, creed. Even the free Bijli, 200 units, it's for everybody. How is it even minority appeasement or oriented? The fact we need to understand that the BJP has lost badly. Their coalition with GDS is not working out well, and they want to do this. The fact of the matter, let me speak as an Indian today, Akanksha ji, and I tell you, it truly hurts me that the BJP
All right, Mr. Rangappa is saying something. Mr. Rangappa, please go ahead.
How well the Congress has fared in the Lok Sabha then? They don't even have a status of opposition. See, in politics, there is one thing, you should not appease any community. In the thing what they have given, they have stolen money from scheduled caste.
All right, I'm in fact running short of time. Your point's been taken. Mr. Narendra Rangappa, thank you so much for giving us your time. And I must also thank Saeed Asad Abbas for joining in on this discussion. And with that, in fact, we have some breaking inputs coming in. In fact, we're learning that the Calcutta High Court has allowed the 6-member fact-finding team led by a former judge of the Patna High Court to go to Sandesh Khali on 1st of March. And with that, in fact, let's also shift our focus over to some breaking inputs that are now coming in on cricket. No central contracts for Shreyas Iyer, Ishan Kishan. This is what we are now learning as the BCCI's annual list of central contracts has been released. A+ contracts have been awarded for Rohit and in fact, Kohli and Bumrah and even Jadeja. For more details, let's quickly go across to Srinivas Rao. Srinivas, let our viewers go through what this annual list of central contracts is looking like. Give us the details.
Yeah, so they have a grade A which has 4 cricketers, Rohit, Virat, Jasprit Bumrah, Jadeja. Grade A has 6 athletes, grade B has 5, grade C has 15. And now I went through the whole list of players, and I can say this with some amount of understanding that I don't think of any relevant or names that shouldn't have missed that are absent. So all the names except for 2 which you mentioned, Ishan and Shreyas. And in that context, I should say this, that I've in the longest time not seen the BCCI come out publicly and make a statement of this, in this manner for a long time.
All right.
And in that, they have been very clear that, cricketers who do not follow the line on certain things, are going to pay the price for it. And
all
rightly
right,
so.
many thanks to you, Srinivas, for bringing in all those latest inputs. And with that, it's a wrap from my end here at Plain Speak. And up next is Rahul Shiv Shankar with the hard facts. Stay tuned to CNN News 18.
Inside Bantara, the world's largest animal rescue facility. Meet the man behind the vision.
So we have created it as a Sevalya.
Anant Ambani in an exclusive chat with CNN News 18.
In today's life, you can't see God, but I see God within every animal.
A special show tonight at 9:30 p.m.
In association with
which are now being played out.
The optics which are being played out, my colleague Pallavi and Arun Dhata continue to get us all that information, all that's happening in the politics of Himachal Pradesh right now. Sukhvinder Singh Sukhu says he's here to stay. There's open disgruntlement against the sitting Chief Minister. The Congress top brass, two observers, Mr. Hooda and DK Shivkumar, are in the state. They're likely to reach Shimla and take stock of the entire situation.
जो हमारी अभी स्थितियां है वहाँ हमारी मेजॉरिटी है और ये भी ना सोचे कुछ उनके साथ के विधायक भी हमारे संपर्क में हैं। निश्चित तौर पर मैं ये दावे के साथ कह सकता हूं कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी जो ड्रामा करना चाह रही है कर रही है और उस ड्रामे को वो अच्छा निभा रही है और अच्छे कलाकार हैं। बहुत
सर इस्तीफे की ये कौन फैला रहा है ये इस्तीफे की?
ये मुझे समझ नहीं आया। मेरे को तो अभी फोन आया क्योंकि मैं तो विधानसभा की कार्रवाई बैठा हुआ था ऊपर स्पीकर के कमरे में और डेढ़ दो महीने से ये 1.5-2 घंटे से ये न्यूज चल रही कि मुख्यमंत्री जी ने इस्तीफा दे दिया। वो भी जब विपक्ष के नेता ने मेरे पास वहाँ जो हमारे विधायक थे कांग्रेस के विधायक बैठे हुए थे उनके पास आके कहा पूर्व मुख्यमंत्री जयराम ठाकुर जी ने कि मुख्यमंत्री ने इस्तीफा दे दिया, तब मैंने स्पष्टीकरण देना शुरू किया कि मैंने कहा हम योद्धा है, युद्ध की तरह लड़ाई लड़ते हैं और ये लड़ाई युद्ध की तरह लड़ रहे हैं, हर चुनौती का सामना करते हैं और हम जीतेंगे निश्चित तौर पर। मैंने कोई इस्तीफा नहीं दिया है। कांग्रेस पार्टी की सरकार 5 साल चलेगी। धन्यवाद।
Well, that was Sukhvinder Singh Sukhu saying that there is no resignation that he has handed over. Once again clarifying that the government will stay in power for the next 5 years for the term it has been elected for. That's the word coming in from Sukhvinder Singh Sukhu as far as all the rumours concerning the fact that would he resign, would he quit as the Chief Minister. His advisor also officially issued a statement and said that all the rumours doing rounds that the present Chief Minister will resign is something that's not true. These are rumours. I'll carry across back to my colleague Arun Dhata. Arun, the fact that opposition alleges the members of the House from the opposition were suspended so that the government could pass its budget. He goes on to point out that this is perhaps for the first time that for them it has been difficult to get through a budget. For an elected government it's difficult to get through a budget. Clearly, opposition taking pot shots at a very critical juncture, at a very delicate point right now for the Himachal Pradesh government.
That's right, and Anusha, BJP can say here that we haven't done anything in this. It is Congress party's own MLAs who are not happy with the top leadership, with the Chief Minister Sukhvinder Singh Sukhu, and therefore they are resorting to these things. And yesterday, 6 MLAs of the Congress party who cross-voted in favor of BJP's candidate. BJP is saying that it was their own decision. Their own party, their own MLAs are not together. In fact, are raising questions on Chief Minister in front of him.
Arun, please go ahead. We can hear you just fine.
Yes. So when MLAs, your party's MLAs are raising questions on Chief Minister in the presence of Chief Minister, I think it creates a huge challenge for the party to actually rectify everything what has happened so far. And I think that was the reason why they immediately shifted the likes of Rajiv Shukla, who's the in charge of Congress party in Himachal Pradesh, Bhupesh Baghel, who has been in fact their go-to man in every election wherever Congress party contests. They send him there, and now we are seeing that all other
Viewers, it's the one Modi guarantee that almost fell between the cracks. For almost 5 years now, the Citizenship Amendment Act, or the CAA, widely touted as Modi's lifeline for all persecuted non-Muslims against Islamist persecution in Pakistan, Afghanistan and Bangladesh, passed by Parliament in late 2019, wasn't notified. This is uncharacteristic of the BJP that prides itself in speedily actualizing its commitment to voters. But now, viewers, we are being told that the CAA could be notified in the next few days. It is imminent because, viewers, as you know, the poll code will be kicking in any day now, as elections will of course be announced. The Union Home Minister Amit Shah has already intoned that the Modi government